What if a country's biggest challenge after a war isn't rebuilding cities, but rebuilding its economy? That is the warning coming from Israel's central bank, which says the country's next government will inherit a rapidly growing debt burden that can no longer be ignored. Bank of Israel. Governor Amir Yaron has urged the government that takes office after the October 27th general elections to make restoring fiscal discipline its top priority. Speaking at the Calculus Economic Conference, Yaron said, Israel's finances have come under immense pressure following the October 7, 2023 Hamas attacks, which triggered a sharp rise in defense spending. Military expenditure has now reached nearly 8% of the country's gross domestic product, almost double what it was before the war. As a result, Israel's debt-to-GDP ratio has climbed from around 60% in 2023 to nearly 70% today. Yaron warned that allowing debt to continue rising at this pace would place a heavy burden on future generations. He said the next government must take difficult but necessary decisions by increasing tax revenues, improving public spending efficiency, investing in long-term growth sectors such as education and infrastructure, and expanding workforce participation, particularly among the ultra-Orthodox community, where employment rates remain relatively low. His comments come shortly after the Bank of Israel cut its benchmark interest rate as inflation showed signs of easing. However, Yaron cautioned that inflation risks have not disappeared, with strong wage growth and rising housing rents continuing to put pressure on prices. The central bank expects interest rates to gradually fall to around 3% by June 2027, provided inflation remains under control. Yaron also warned that the prolonged conflict and growing international criticism of Israel could affect foreign investment, trade, and overall economic growth. His message was clear. While the war has come at a significant cost, the next government will have to ensure that temporary wartime spending does not become a permanent financial burden on Israel's economy.